Docking a boat can be one of the most intimidating aspects of boating. Even experienced boaters, when the winds pick up, can get a little bit nervous. With the help of our friends from Sideshift, we're going to show you how to install your own bow and stern thrusters as a DIY. You guys don't really cut any big holes in the boat.
Well, there's not only no big or large holes, there's no holes below the waterline, which is really great for DIY because they're really nervous about drilling holes in their boat in the first place, and if you got to go below the waterline, it's even worse.
All Sideshift kits come complete with 99% of the parts you'll need for installation. You will need to supply the 2-aught cable, of which length will vary from boat to boat, and your own battery.
What kind of battery do they need?
For all of our units, especially the single prop units, it's going to be 850 cold cranking amps each. For the bigger units with the double props, you got to have 2 batteries per unit.
While this seems like a major undertaking, most people can install the bow thruster in less than 8 hours.
Where would you start? What's the first thing you do when you get here?
On all boats, doesn't matter whether they're 25 feet long or 50 feet long, the first thing I do when I get to a boat is I go down inside the bow of the boat, if I'm putting a bow thruster on, and really scope out where is everything going to come into the boat. Using this line here, I know that that is my water line. I know that I'm going to be a couple of inches above the water line for my bolts.
Not to worry if you can't get access to the bolts. Sideshift supplies special anchors that can be epoxied in place from the outside.
These holes for the V-strap need to be, I typically put them 2.5 inches above the water line.
Pro tip number 2, to minimize gel coat chipping, start a pilot hole with a smaller drill bit and work your way up to 5/16. With the 2 V-strap holes drilled, run a bead of Sikaflex around the holes on the inside of the V-strap. Because the bolts go in on an angle, the V-strap will stay in place while you head inside to apply the nuts.
I typically take my Sikaflex and put a bead of it around the base of the bolt on the inside, press the washer on. Now I have it sealed both outside and inside.
Don't forget to add a small amount of the Worth anti-seize supplied in the kit to the stainless bolts before you tighten the nylock nuts.
You want to make sure it's good and tight. You're going to see the Sikaflex oozing out. Now we have this unit in place, ready to mount the thruster.
Before tightening the Chicago nut, double-check the top of the propeller blade is 5.5 inches below the waterline. Once the nut is snug and aligned, you must trim off the end of the bolt flush with the nut with a hacksaw so that the cover fits over nicely. To make sure this nut never comes loose, Pat likes to take a punch to burr the end of the nut.
We know that our top hole is going to be in this vicinity here somewhere, so I come down 2 or 3 inches below that, and in this area here, I will put my holes for my cables. I generally put one a little higher and one a little lower, and then run my cables into the boat.
While some chipping is certainly inevitable, it will all get covered with Sikaflex. With the holes drilled, simply push the wires through, seal with Sikaflex, and put the cover back on. Secure it at the top and bottom with the 4 screws provided before drilling the top bolt hole, making sure the drill bit goes straight in. Thread the bolt in and then spread Sikaflex around the hole before tightening the nut. This will help pull sealant through the hole when you tighten down the nut. On the inside, use the spacers and washer provided to help secure the bolt. Don't forget to use the provided anti-seize on these stainless parts.
We're done. Now that the thruster is installed on the outside, the rest of the remainder of the work is done on the inside. I've got a place along this wall here that I can install the switch, the fuse, and the module, all in this order.
You will have to source your own cables. It is essential that the correct type of marine-grade, tin-coated copper cables are used, and the maximum cable length guidelines are observed according to the gauge and the thruster model. Once cut, you will need to add lugs to all but 2 ends with the tool provided.
The ground connection on the motor controller, and my ground wire will then attach to my ground on the battery, and the major wiring on this system is complete.
The wiring diagram in the installation manual makes connecting the harness easy. The green and blue wires determine the direction of the thruster to port or starboard. We will test the thruster direction later, and if not correct, we simply swap the position of these 2 wires.
I believe the last part is putting the joystick controller in place.
There's a simple plug-in cord. We'll connect it to 12 volts and ground. That is it. And the customer today has asked to put it right here on the dash.
A multimeter really helps when hunting for 12-volt power.
I like using the cigarette lighter. It has a good, solid, constant 12 volts to it.
Using the supplied power cable, connect the positive and negative to a 12-volt source under the helm. To connect to this existing 12-volt adapter, Pat simply crimped on a couple of piggyback push-on terminals. The best time to vacuum is right after drilling. You really don't want to track fiberglass dust all over the boat. To hook it up, simply pull the wires through the hole and plug into the back of the joystick.
When you plug it in, you will hear a single beep. You can power it up, and you can now try it.
Once you confirm the joystick will power on and operate the thruster, you just need to seal it in place with the supplied Sikaflex sealant. So that's about it. We're basically done.
We are.
How do we know when we push left, the boat's going to go to port, and when we push right, the boat's going to go to starboard?
Well, you know what, John? I'm going to take you outside, and I'm going to show you how to fix that.
All right, see, starboard.
And I'm wrong. Very easy fix.
All you have to do to change direction of the propellers is simply switch the two small outside wires on the motor controller. And that is it for the bow thruster. Tune in next week to see us install the latest SS230 OB stern thruster.